Hi everyone. Um, Today I wanted to talk about being a fanatic of something. Um, Being a fanatic can be sometimes a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can give you the knowledge that will follow you forever about pretty much whatever you're a fanatic of. It could be it could be your hobby, it could be education, it could be religion, it could be literally whatever. And it's something that well, there's so many things in this world that could be taken away from you, but that is one of the few things that can't. An idea. Um, and at the same time, it can form. It can be a form of arrogance that shuts your eyes from new information. That might even include things you already know, but from different perspectives that might enlighten you even more. Um, where there's arrogance, there's a turning of your head to new ideas. And those new ideas can come from people, from things. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much arrogance. You think you know something, and and you end up shutting your mind to it. It's funny enough too, because we can even do that to ourselves. We think we know the answer to something, and we invest so much into finding that answer that when we do happen to fucking find something that does kind of make more sense, I mean, we already bought that idea. We have to back up our purchase. So we end up shutting ourselves down to things that could make us better people. I believe it's like a type of stubbornness. It's and like an egotistical thought that we know what we have to do. What we sometimes fail to realize is that we as human beings are ever changing. Therefore, our questions and the answers to those questions are as well. So, setting yourself to one idea, that one answer to one question, that's arrogant. That's limiting. That's something that is going to make you not be the best person that you can be. Um, what I implore from you is to keep an open mind. You don't have to agree with anything you hear about what I'm saying, but what I believe is that if you hear anyone out indiscriminately, and I mean indiscriminately, you'd be amazed from whom and from what you learn from. The only key is to listen. Truly listen. It is a lot harder said than done. I can attest to this, especially me. It's I'm I've been known to be quite arrogant. You can ask any one of my family members. Um, Especially when my mind is racing like at a thousand miles an hour. Like, I feel like I'm having a conversation with myself sometimes. I already know what they're gonna say, and most of the time it's right. Like what I'm thinking, what they're gonna say, and I'm pretty much just doing the argument all by myself. But it's funny because sometimes like they end up saying like things like, "No, that's not what I was gonna say," and and I see things in a different perspective, and I honestly think that that's that's where growth comes from. Well, that doesn't necessarily have to even be growth. It's just a different way of looking at things. And think about watching a football game and sitting on the other side of the stands. It's just, you're watching the same game. You're just watching it in different perspectives. It all comes out of stepping out of that comfort zone. But remember, when you're stepping out of that comfort zone, keyword there being comfort, it's not going to be easy. It's literally called stepping out of that easiness. And when I think of that, like who the hell wants to do that, right? Who wants to sacrifice their happiness, their pretty much what they're cool with, just I don't know, just to be a little bit better or whatever. But you gotta remember, anything worth doing, anything like that actually makes sense, that actually helps you, that you feel proud of, anything. I mean, it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard work. It's gonna be a bunch of sacrifice. And for the most part, in the beginning, you're probably not gonna see any improvement at all. It's just gonna be pain and, like I said, sacrifice. But just knowing you're doing what you're supposed to be doing brings a form of peace. It's this type of peace that deep down inside, I've talked about this before, it's the type of peace that you already know what you're supposed to be doing. You already know, like, whether something is right or something is wrong. And that peace, like, while you're sacrificing, while you're going through the hard stuff, before you get to all the positive things, just the fact that you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, don't get me wrong, it doesn't make everything okay. It still sucks. But at least it gives you a little bit of, like, relief. Just a little bit. I've said this in other videos too. I implore you guys to just try it. Try it with something small. You don't have to even like do it with like huge things or anything. Just start small. See if you like it. And I think if you do it correctly, if you do it, I don't know, if you actually want to do it, you'd be pleasantly surprised once you start seeing like the benefits of it. But with that being said, please like, subscribe, all that crap. I'm trying to monetize this channel. I wasn't gonna, but I'm gonna try to monetize it to help some people, mainly like homeless people around the area where I live. If it gets big enough, I can even help other people, but yeah, I kind of want to start doing that. And yeah, pretty much that's it. Try your best. If things get hard, always remember, things are always going to be hard. Things are always going to be good too. It's just what perspective you decide to choose. With that being said,